liberalism is like a metastatic cancer that it matriculates into our system.
Hi, I'm David Harsanyi. I'm here with David Limbaugh, syndicated columnist and author of many #1 bestsellers, and also author of the new book, The Great Destroyer, Barack Obama's War on the Republic. It's a pretty strong title.
Yes, it is.
And it's a pretty thick book.
I thought you were going to say it's a pretty book.
It's not that pretty, here's the picture, but it I think relays exactly what you're saying. And
yes.
And just so people know, this is a continuation of your last book, which ended off in 2010, correct?
Right.
And it
really is.
We're
We're talking to Jack, as you know, the editor here, Jack Langer, and he edited the first book with me, and I said, Jack, this is kind of the sequel. We chronicled Obama's misdeeds and abuses of power, the first part of his term. So think with me, where did we end that so I can start my research for this one? He said, I think, and we thought through it, June 2010 we're pretty safe. And so that's what I've done. Did all the research from June 2010 forward. I mean, there's some stuff that you need background for that we go back further, but
sure. Mostly
it's a chronicling, pretty much an encyclopedic chronicling of everything he's done that's destructive of the Republic since then.
And it's pretty amazing, and sometimes let's talk about the contraception issue recently, and you're all worked up about that, not you, but people.
Yeah.
And then you sort of forget all the other things that have gone on. They sort of pile up on each
yes.
other in a sense that you sort of lose focus on the bigger picture of what's going on. Is that what you tried to do?
I honestly think, yes, I honestly think that he, whether on purpose or not, that he bombarded us with so many things at the same time that we couldn't keep up with it all. Even reporters couldn't keep up with it all. I talked to some other people, some other reporters, I won't mention, maybe competitors or your guys, so I won't, and they said, I didn't know, I keep up with this every day, I didn't know about this. I didn't know a lot of the stuff that's in there. But even other ones say, even if they know most of it, excuse me, they were amazed at the cumulative impact. They had forgotten so much. My point is there's such a volume in here, and it is so overwhelming. It's critical that people see it together because it's maddening, it's infuriating. Without showing it together, we tend to forget the devastating impact he's had. And I really believe that this book does a service in that sense, as Crimes Against Liberty did. The Great Destroyer puts it all together in different categories and shows the extent of what he's done.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you think that the things that he's done are now embedded in how we govern in the way that the New Deal or the Great Society was? I mean, is there any way out of this, or is this with us now for the next 50 years?
Well, no. I refuse to accept that. No, of course, liberalism is like a metastatic cancer that it matriculates into our system. And that's true with Obamacare. They crafted in such a way that it's hard to untangle it. That's why I think, full repeal is necessary, or a reversal by the Supreme Court. But no, I think that you have to, for example, you can restructure entitlements. Now, Obama's obstructing that process. You can change your spending picture. Now, what he does do, though, is, for example, in his omnibus spending bill, he jacks up our welfare spending, our food stamps. And he puts it into law. He acted like he was just doing it on the stimulus, on the omnibus, one time. But the truth was he incorporated it institutionally with triggers to make it increase cost of living. It's outrageous. The EPA's budget went up 100-something% in a year. I may be wrong. I got so many figures in my head, but I'm not intentionally exaggerating.